All right.
Have a seat. All right, Mr. Garcia, are you able to hear me okay?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, loud and clear.
All right, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and do our initial advisement, then we'll bring in our interpreter matters.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. I'm Commissioner Paco. This is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for May 22nd, 2025.
Muy buenos días, soy la comisionado Paco. Esas son las comparecencias iniciales para el 22 de mayo 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
Las órdenes judiciales provistas durante las primeras sesiones de audiencias de este mes para que se obtengan las muestras de ADN y huellas dactilares también corresponden a estas causas.
All right, when you hear your name, please step up to the podium that's here in the center of the courtroom.
Cuando escuche su nombre, pase por favor al podio que está aquí en medio de la sala.
At the end of your hearing today, you will be receiving paperwork, and that will cover everything we go over in here. So that means your next court dates as well as all of your release conditions.
Al final de la audiencia se le va a proveer la documentación, indicará todos los detalles que hemos repasado en esta causa, incluyendo su fecha de audiencias, las próximas fechas de audiencias, como también sus medidas cautelares.
Please keep in mind you do have the right to remain silent. Everything you say in the courtroom is being recorded, both audio and video, and could be used in a future court proceeding.
Tenga en cuenta que usted tiene el derecho de permanecer callado. Todo lo que se menciona en el juzgado está siendo grabado tanto en audio como en video y puede ser utilizado en su contra en diligencias en el futuro.
We're going to begin today with Yayo Tamayo. Ma'am, if you could step in the courtroom.
Vamos a iniciar con la causa de Yarelis Tamayo. Si puede pasar al juzgado.
All right, and Mr. Garcia, I don't think I let you do your appearance.
Jose Garcia, Arizona Credential Interpreter, CITS, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And ma'am, if you could state your full name and your date of birth.
Señora, si puede decir su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Yarelis Tamayo, 30 de julio de 1996.
Yarelis Tamayo, July 30th, 1996.
All right, you are here for a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 8 counts in your matter.
Muy bien, usted está aquí debido a una nueva causa que proviene del Tribunal Superior y usted tiene 8 puntos acusatorios en esta causa.
All 8 counts are for organized retail theft, which are all Class 4 felonies.
Todos ellos son de robo organizado en comercio, son delitos mayores categoría 4.
There are multiple dates of offense listed that range between April 28 and May 21st of this year.
Hay varios gamas de las fechas de cuando sucedieron los delitos. La gama es entre may the interpreter request the repetition on the first month, Your Honor?
Sure, April 28th through May 21st.
Thank you, Your Honor. La gama de fechas es entre el 28 de abril hasta el 21 de mayo del año en curso.
In this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You currently have 2 court dates set at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix.
abogado de oficio se le ha nombrado para que le represente en esta causa y se programan 2 fechas de audiencias que van a celebrarse en el Tribunal Superior en el centro de la ciudad de Phoenix.
That is a status conference May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30 a.m.
La primera audiencia es una actualización procesal que se va a ventilar el 29 de mayo. Después, una audiencia preliminar para el 2 de junio. Ambas audiencias serán a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Given the multiple dates of offense as well as your lack of any local ties, you do have a bond in this matter. That's a $5,000 secured appearance bond.
Debido a las varias fechas de los delitos, como también la falta de vínculos a la comunidad, se programa la fianza en su causa de $5,000 de caución garantizada.
If you do post bond and are released from custody, you would also be subject to the supervision of pretrial services and have electronic monitoring installed prior to your release from any facility.
Si usted deposita su fianza y es puesta en libertad, usted queda sujeta a la Agencia de Control de Procesados, lo cual va a incluir también el monitoreo electrónico y que sea instalado antes de que usted sea puesta en libertad.
Your orders include that you are not to return to the scene of any offense or have any contact with any complainant, witness, or co-defendant.
Las medidas cautelares incluye el hecho de que usted no vuelva al lugar de los hechos, como también usted no tenga contacto con los querellentes, como tampoco ninguno de los testigos, ni tampoco con ninguno de los coacusados.
And you are not permitted to leave Maricopa County.
Además de que no se le permite el marcharse del condado de Maricopa.
Do you have any questions regarding any of the information that I've just gone over?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta sobre la información que acabo de repasar?
Sí.
Yes.
¿A dónde pago los $5,000?
Where do I pay the $5,000?
Ask the officers in the back. You pay through the jail. They'll be able to give you that information.
Le podrá preguntar a los custodios que están en la parte de atrás. Usted pagará eso a través de la cárcel. Ellos le darán más información.
Pero es que yo vivo en Las Vegas, ¿cómo no voy a salir de aquí? Yo juro presentarme en las 2 audiencias sin falta.
But the thing is that I live up in Vegas. How am I not going to be released? I promised to appear for both of the hearings.
You have a bond that you have to post in order to be released in this matter. I will remind you that if you do post that bond and are released from custody, you are not to return to Las Vegas. You will have to remain in Maricopa County, at least until further court order.
Se ha programado la fianza en su causa. Si usted deposita fianza, usted será puesta en libertad. Pero le recuerdo de que si es puesta en libertad, no se le permite volver a Las Vegas. Usted debe de permanecer en el condado de Maricopa por lo menos hasta sus siguientes audiencias.
You will not be released absent the posting of that bond, and you will not be released without the electronic monitoring added.
Usted no será puesta en libertad al menos que deposite esa fianza y no será puesta en libertad al menos que se instale dicho monitoreo electrónico.
All right, if you want to go ahead
Okay.
and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork and have a seat over there.
Muy bien, si puede usted pasar a su lado izquierdo, se le dará el papeleo y tome asiento allá.
Ok, gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have Douglas Benitez Hernandez.
Muy bien, ahora Douglas Benítez Hernández.
Sir, your full name and date of birth.
Señor, su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Douglas Iván Benítez Hernández y mi fecha de nacimiento es enero 29 de 1996.
Douglas Iván Benítez Hernández, and my date of birth is January 29, 1996.
All right, thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 counts that have been submitted here today.
Muy bien, señor. Usted está aquí presente debido a una nueva causa proveniente del Tribunal Superior y hay 3 puntos acusatorios que se han promovido en su causa.
1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of burglary tools, that is a Class 6 felony.
Un punto acusatorio del allanamiento de morada con fines delictivos, al tercer grado, delito mayor categoría 4, como también allanamientos de morada, el tener herramientas, la tenencia de herramientas para allanamiento de morada, delito mayor categoría 6.
And one count of criminal damage, which is currently a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y un punto acusatorio de daños penales a una propiedad ajena, delito menor categoría 1.
The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter. You currently have 2 court dates that are set at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix.
Los abogados de oficio se le han nombrado para que le representen en esta causa. Se programan 2 audiencias que van a celebrarse en el centro de la ciudad de Phoenix, en el Tribunal Superior.
That is a status conference May 29 and a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30 a.m.
La primera es una audiencia de actualización procesal que se programa para el 29 de mayo, seguido por la audiencia preliminar que va a celebrarse el 2 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana, ambas audiencias.
In this matter, you do have a bond that is a $500 secured appearance bond.
En esta causa se fija la fianza en la cantidad de $500 de caución garantizada.
You are also being ordered not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact with any victim or witness or arresting officer.
En esta causa también tiene medidas cautelares en las cuales indica que usted no debe tener contacto alguno con ninguna de las víctimas, con ninguno de los testigos o con ninguno de los agentes policiales que realizaron el arresto.
Do you have any questions regarding this?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta sobre este asunto?
Sí, ¿a dónde puedo pagar los $500?
Yes, where can I pay the $500?
Ask the officers in the back. The bail is posted through the jail, so they'll be able to give you that information.
Hable con los agentes de custodio que están atrás. La fianza se podrá pagar a través de los servicios de la cárcel.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, we'll get you your paperwork and you can have a seat.
Si gusta pasar, se le dará su papeleo. Tome asiento.
Mr. Garcia, those are the only 2 matters that I had marked as needing an interpreter, but could you just double check to make sure we don't have anyone else here?
Absolutely, Your Honor. ¿Existe alguien más presente esta mañana que necesite los servicios de interpretación? Si puede levantar su mano, por favor.
Anybody else need an interpreter?
No
thank you,
hands?
Your Honor.
All right, looks like that was everybody. Thanks so much for your assistance today.
Always a pleasure, Your Honor. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. All right, so we have Andrew Navarro up next. After that, it's going to be Chris Johnson. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Andrew Navarro, May 28, 1993.
All right, sir, so you've got 4 separate cases here today that we need to review. The first one's going to be the new matter that just came in. This is for a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court, and that is for 3 counts of organized retail theft, Class 4 felony, 3 counts of organized retail theft involving an artifice, Class 4 felony, 3 counts of felony shoplifting, Class 4 felony, 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of possession of burglary tools, which is a Class 6 felony. Your dates of offense do range between March 10 and March 31st of 2025. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You do currently have a status conference set on May 29 at 8:30 a.m. with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, also at 8:30 a.m. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, based on a review of your history, primarily including the fact that you're currently on probation in 3 matters, including another shoplifting case, you do have a bond in this matter, which is a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Your orders in this case include the terms that you are not to return to the scene of any of the offenses, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, given that you are a convicted felon, and you do need to contact probation within 72 hours if you were released from custody. You do have some additional holds here, though, because your 3 probation matters are now on the calendar for Term 1 violations. So it's the new offense. In each of those matters, the public defender has been appointed as well. Revocation arraignment hearing set May 29 at 8:30. Those will also be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In each of those matters, you are being held without bond at this time. That means you are not eligible for release in the probation cases, and that's pursuant to Rule 7.2. and 27.7 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure. Do you have any questions regarding any of these 4 cases?
No.
All right, sir, if you want to go and step over, you'll get paperwork for each one of those. We've got Mr. Johnson. After that, Teray Coleman. All right, Mr. Johnson, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Chris Johnson, 12/26/1959.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges here are going to be 1 count of aggravated assault involving a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a Class 3 felony. And 1 count of assault is a Class 1 misdemeanor. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You have 2 court dates at this time. That's a status conference May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30, and those are at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did receive a written recommendation from the state in your matter requesting a $75,000 cash-only appearance bond. Based on the nature of the offense that you're here for, I do believe that amount is appropriate. I don't know that cash is necessary, so I did make that a secured appearance bond, but you do have a $75,000 secured appearance bond. If you do post that bond and are released from custody, you're also ordered not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact whatsoever with the alleged victim in this matter or any complainant or witness. You are not to possess any weapons while on release. That would include on your person, in your vehicle, in your residence. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yes. I had been, everything had been expunged, and I don't know why,
Are you talking about your priors?
Yes.
I recognize your prior history was actually fairly dated, so I actually set that aside, and my focus was on the nature of the offense itself.
Yes.
In determining your release conditions.
Well, the person was in my truck, and I told them to get out, and they wouldn't get
I'm going to
out.
warn you that you do have the right to remain silent. Everything you say in this courtroom is being recorded. Often
Okay.
when people think that they're defending themselves, they might be incriminating themselves instead. You've been appointed counsel to represent you in this case. You can certainly speak with them regarding any defenses you believe apply. All right? Anything further that you have questions regarding?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, so we have Teray Coleman and then Tyler Yazzie will be up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth.
Tyree Devontae Coleman, 3/27/88.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. In your matter, the charge is aggravated assault. That is involving a dangerous weapon or a dangerous instrument or deadly weapon. That is a Class 3 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed in your matter as well. You do have a status conference set May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did receive a written recommendation in your matter as well from the state, and that was requesting a $75,000 cash-only appearance bond. Given the nature of the offense that you are here for, I do believe a bond is appropriate in your case. I didn't go quite that high, but you do have a $25,000 secured appearance bond with the additional orders that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to have any contact whatsoever with the alleged victim in this matter or any complainant or witness. That includes both your father and your brother who were present at that time, allegedly. So you are not to possess any weapons. That would include on your person, in your vehicle, or in your residence. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Just the bond. I was confused a little bit right now on what you said.
What do you mean, the bond amount or the?
Well, I don't know. Did you say 75,000 at first or 25?
You have a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Okay, 75,000 was the recommendation this court did receive in your matter based on the nature of the offense, in all likelihood. But you do have a $25,000 secured appearance bond that does have to be posted in order to be released. That's the order of the court. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. If you want to go ahead and step over, go and pick up that paperwork. Tyler Yazzie, and then we've got Shaniqua Colquitt up next. All right,
Hello, Your Honor.
Your full name and date of birth.
04251995, Tyler Yazzie.
All right, thank you. So you are here for 2 separate cases today. The first one I have is going to be for a warrant that was issued out of the Coconino County Superior Court. It is a probation violation warrant in CR 2024-744. So in that matter, they've set an arraignment hearing for you on May 28 at 8:30, and that would be at the Coconino County Superior Court. This is a bondable warrant, but it does have a bond that has been affirmed by this court. That is a $10,000 cash-only appearance bond. You do have a second case that has been added as well, and this is a Maricopa County case. So this one is out of the Tolleson Municipal Court. That's in their case number CM 2024-0017. And in that case, they have set an arraignment hearing for you June 2nd at 8:30 at the Tolleson Municipal Court. The bond in their warrant has been affirmed. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. Since I did set a bond in that case, I did also appoint counsel to represent you for that issue as required by Rule 6.1. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yeah, so with I just got picked up and everything on a probation, anything of that, violation, and I'm waiting for Flagstaff to come and get me. So does Flagstaff come and get me right now?
So here's what it's going to depend on, okay? It's going to depend on whether they're going to have you attend this Tolleson court first prior to Flagstaff coming to get you. If they don't, then yeah, Flagstaff will come get you to appear at your court date up there. If they have you appear at Tolleson first, you're going to go there first on June 2nd, and then your court date would get set after that, or Flagstaff would need to come pick you up then, okay? Because you currently have a local hold.
So how long will I be here?
Again, you have a court date on June 2nd in Tolleson. If they have you do that first before Flagstaff comes to pick you up, you're going to attend that court date first, and Flagstaff would come pick you up after that court date. As far as when they do that, I don't know when they're going to be doing that. They would reset your court date. If they don't hold you on your municipal court case and they just have Coconino County come pick you up, your court date is currently set in Flagstaff on May 28th.
Of what month?
Of May 28th.
What's today?
Today is May 22nd.
Oh, all right.
If you want to go and step over, though, all that information will be included in your paperwork. All right, so we've got Shaniqua Colquitt and then Jonathan Davis up next.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, ma'am. Please state your full name and date of birth.
Shaniqua Colquitt.
And your date of birth.
September 7, 1990.
All right, ma'am. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges here are going to be 6 counts of aggravated assault. If those are of a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. And I believe since you do have juveniles, that's either going to be a Class 2 or Class 3 felony, depending on whether it's a juvenile victim or an adult victim. That's what makes the difference. Your other count I have here is for 1 count of disorderly conduct involving a weapon. That's a Class 6 felony. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. The court dates you have at this time at least are going to be a status conference May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. And those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did receive a written recommendation in your matter as well from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. They were requesting a $50,000 secured appearance bond. I did take into account your otherwise limited criminal history, as well as the allegations that were included in the Form 4. But given the nature of the offense you're here for, I do believe a bond is appropriate. I'm not going to go as high as what that recommendation is, but you do have a $7,500 secured appearance bond.
Oh, bless you. Okay.
It is secured. You are able to work with a bail bonding company in order to post that amount.
Okay, and
Now,
so...
if you do post that amount, you are released. You're also going to have orders here that you are not to have any contact whatsoever with the alleged victims in this matter, or any complainant or witness to the case. You cannot possess any weapons.
Okay.
So that would include on your person, in your vehicle, or in your residence where you'd have access to it.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, did you have a question regarding that?
So if I post a bond, then I can leave. But then if I don't post a bond, I'll stay here until my court date's correct?
Yeah. If you're unable to post the bond, then you would remain in custody with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, and you would be transported to your court date on May 29.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, so we have Jonathan Davis as well as John Mosqueda. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Jonathan Harold Davis, Jr., 5/31/1991.
All right, sir, you are here for 2 separate cases today. The first one I have here is going to be a new case out of Superior Court. The charges here are going to be 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, which is a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter. Your court dates are a status conference May 29, preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30 at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. So in this matter, I did receive a written recommendation in your case as well from the state requesting a $7,500 secured appearance bond, given a review of your history, which does have multiple priors, as well as the fact that you are here on a weapons offense. I do believe a bond is appropriate. In this matter, your bond is going to be set at $5,000, which is a secured appearance bond. You do have an additional case here, and this is your probation matter. It's here today for a Term 1 violation. So the public defender has been appointed in that matter as well. Revocation arraignment hearing set May 29 at 8:30. In that matter, you have a $500 secured appearance bond, so it's $5,500 total for both. If you do post bond and are released from custody, you do need to contact probation within 72 hours as required by your probation term. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you'll get paperwork for each matter over there. All right, we have John Mosqueda and then Christopher Woods up after that.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, sir. Your full name and date of birth?
John Mosqueda, 52593.
All right, thank you. So you've been brought in today on a warrant that was issued out of the Surprise Municipal Court. So in that case, you have an arraignment hearing set on May 28 at 1:30. That's going to be at the Surprise Municipal Court. You'll get the address in your paperwork. The bond in their warrant's been affirmed. So this is a $1,000 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
Otherwise, the rest of your release conditions do remain the same with respect to contacting the victim, or not contacting the victim, I guess I should word it. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yeah, I had police contact, I would say, a few weeks ago, and they had brought that up, and they told me, they were like, you just have to call in. That's all the cops told me.
Now, you've been issued a warrant in this case. It was issued on April 22nd, 2025. This is an arrest warrant. It is not a call-in warrant.
That's weird.
All right. Any other questions regarding that?
So that's the only thing that you see? Because there was some DV deal.
It looks like you've got a Phoenix City Court case that you need to deal with. If you have not already seen the Phoenix judge, you likely will still have to do that.
Okay.
If you're on the next court, that's at 10, so it's right after this one.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go and step over? You want to pick up your paperwork there? All right, so we have, it looks like, is Mr. Woods still out?
No.
Oh, we do have Mr. Woods? Okay, so we have Christopher Woods, and then David Mastranzo will be up next. Hi, sir, your full name and date of birth?
On February 10th, 1998.
All right, and your full name?
Christopher Woods.
Thank you, sir. So you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 4 felony, and 2 counts of threatening, intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on May 29 with the preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. You do have a bond in this case. This is a $750 secured appearance bond. If you post bond and are released from custody, you're still going to be ordered that you cannot return to the scene of the offense. You cannot go back to that store. You cannot have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons while on release. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, sir, if you want to step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork that's over there. Thank you. All right, so it looks like we're up to David Mastranzo, and then Bradley Weeks is up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
David Gustavo Mastranzo, 7/21/2002.
All right, thank you. So you've got 2 separate cases here. These are both cases that are here because you failed to appear at your last court date in your probation matters. So in each of those cases, you now have a status conference set May 28 at 1:30, and the bond in each of your warrants has been affirmed. Each of these has a $100 cash-only appearance bond, so it's $200 total for both. That's the amount you'd have to post to be released. So if you do post that bond and are released from custody, you do need to make sure you appear at that May 28 court date. You also do need to contact probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to go and step over, we'll get you some paperwork on that as well. We've got Bradley Weeks after that, Everett Claxton.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, good morning, sir. If you could state your full name and date of birth.
I'm here on special appearance.
All right, well, note for the record, I do show your name is Bradley Allen Weeks, which is what you are booked in on at this time since you're already currently in custody with a date of birth of 1/30 of 1981. You are here for a warrant that was issued This is for a direct complaint that was filed, I believe, and that is going to be alleging 1 count of forgery, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which has an offense date of May 17 of 2025. So in that matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference is set May 29, preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. And I did do the same release conditions you received when you were first booked on the case, which is a $500 secured appearance bond. But it does look like you have some additional holds there that would be in addition to the release conditions in this matter. Do you have any questions regarding this?
I do. First of all, I feel like my due process has been violated.
All right, do you have any questions regarding the information that I've just provided you with? Your due
And
process can be
also
addressed
that I
with
would
the
like to
attorney who
represent
is already
myself.
appointed.
I would not like counsel.
That is not something that we handle at the initial appearance court, but you can certainly bring that up at your next court date in front of your assigned judge if you wish to represent yourself. That's not something we do here. I'm not doing anything about the appointment of counsel.
So with the Mesa charge, what is that about?
You've got a direct complaint that's been filed. The only thing I have in front of me is the warrant that was issued and the direct complaint with the charges that I just read off to you. As far as any additional information regarding that, they're going to be on your paperwork as well. They're the ones I read off to you, and they will also be on your paperwork. But you can certainly speak with your attorney if you have one regarding these specific charges.
So if I do represent myself, is there a way that I can reduce bonds so I can get out and represent myself and do my research?
That is not a determination we're making at the initial appearance
court.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Go ahead and step over. You can go ahead and pick up that paperwork. We've got Everett Claxton and then Augustine Torres will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Everett Lee Williams, Claxton, 3593.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a supplemental petition to revoke that was filed in your probation matter, and that is for a violation of terms 4, 5, and 7 of your probation terms. The public defender's been appointed, and you do have a revocation arraignment hearing set on May 29 at 8:30. That's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Since this is now a supplemental petition to revoke, you already had a pending petition to revoke. I did do a bond in your matter. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. You're going to have the same terms here. You still have to comply with those terms of probation, and you do still have to contact probation within 72 hours for release, okay? Do you have any questions regarding that?
Am I able to ask you to do me a different probation officer? Because I did see her, I talked to her and everything, I did everything I had to. She still violated me for nothing.
That's not something that I do. I don't assign your probation matter. It's actually probation that assigns you a specific probation officer. But to the extent you have any concerns regarding the actual violations that have been alleged in your case, that's to be brought up with the probation court. I know you've already appeared once. I actually took that into account, okay, in setting your bond, because otherwise I didn't do a non-bondable status just because you're here on a supplemental petition.
Right.
I do recognize that you did appear at that last court date.
So it's no release?
You do have a $500 bond, so if you're unable to post that, then you would remain in custody at this time. Okay, at least till that next court date you have on May 29. Okay, so it's not going to be the June court date that you have next. Okay? All right, if you want to step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we have Augustine Torres, Denny Hedgick will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Augustine Torres, 11/26/1988.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here on a page 2 that was added. Looks like you're already in custody for another court matter. So in this case, this is here for a warrant that was issued for a petition to revoke filed in your probation matter. It's alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So the public defender has been appointed. You have a revocation arraignment hearing set May 29 at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And in this matter, the bond in the warrant's been affirmed, which is a $250 secured appearance bond. Now, if you postpone and are released from custody, you are going to be subject to the still your supervision of your probation officer. You do have to abide by the same terms that you had before. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions regarding that? All right, if you want to step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, we have Denny Hedgick and Jeremy Foltz will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Henry Haylock, 9876.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, that's a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Those are the counts I was able to find probable cause on. They did also submit a count for possession of narcotic drugs, which no probable cause was found at this time. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set May 29, with a preliminary hearing June 2nd. And in this matter, because you're already being held on a DOC warrant, you do have a $50 cash-only appearance bond in this case. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, thank you.
All right. We've got Jeremy Foltz, and after that, Christopher Campos. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Jerry Foltz, 11087.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a page 2. This is for another direct complaint. I think you were already seen for the one direct complaint that you had for the more recent offense. So this is going to be another direct complaint that was filed. This is for 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, both class 4 felonies, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. The date of offense is September 19 of 2024, so last fall. So in this matter, the public defender's been appointed. You have a status conference set May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. Because you're already in custody in those other matters that you had bonds set in, I'm going to do a placeholder bond here. That's going to be a $50 cash-only appearance bond. So I'm just trying to make sure they know you're in custody in this case as well if you don't post those other bonds, okay? Do you have any questions regarding this? All right, thank you, sir. All right, so we have Christopher Campos and then Jennifer Litz will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
5985, Christopher David Campos.
Thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. In this matter, you are being released, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services with drug testing and monitoring at their direction. So you're going to receive some additional information regarding pretrial services in your paperwork. It's going to include their contact information because you do have to stay checked in with them. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir. If you want to go and step over, we'll get you some paperwork that'll have that information in it as well. Thank you. All right, we have Jennifer Litz and Tristan Powell will be up next. Hi, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Jennifer Litz, 1782.
All right, you were here for a bench warrant that was issued for a failure to appear in CR 20. Let me finish, and then I'll let you talk. Okay. In CR 2025-109463. In that matter, your status conference is now June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did see that a motion to quash has been filed in this matter by your attorney, although it has not been ruled on at this time, so you don't have any court dates set from that motion to quash. But because it was filed, I am going to be releasing you, but given your history of already multiple failures to appear, you are going to be released subject to the supervision of pretrial services this time. I'm going to let you know if you fail to appear again in this case, no matter what the reason, what the excuse, in all likelihood, you will have a bond next time you come in.
Okay.
All right. Did you have any questions now regarding that, or did you need to let me know anything?
I was just going to tell you about the quashing thing.
Okay. All right. If you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. We've got Mr. Powell, and then Rudy Armijo will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Tristan Darnell Powell, 18-1993.
All right, sir, you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree. Those are class 4 felonies, and 1 count of forgery, also a class 4 felony. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I received a written recommendation from the state in this matter, actually requesting a pretty significant bond for you, that being a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Given the nature of the offense that you're here for and the amount of the alleged theft in this case, I don't know that that's necessarily inappropriate to have a bond in your matter, but I'm going to take into account your otherwise lack of any other criminal convictions or failures to appear at this time. So under Rule 7.2, I do believe that release is appropriate at this time in your case. So you are going to be released, but it is subject to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring to be added prior to your release. Your release terms include that you are not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. So you will not be permitted to leave Maricopa County. Do you have any questions regarding this?
I do. So I'll just get released with the ankle monitor?
You're getting released with an ankle monitor. That'll be attached prior to your release. Okay, they'll let you know what the process is back there.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
No.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you want to pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we have Rudy Armijo, and then Leah Ali will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Rudy Jesus Armijo, date of birth is 5/29/1979.
Thank you, sir. So you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of shoplifting, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. That's the only count I was able to find probable cause on here today. There is an additional count for possession of dangerous drugs that I did not find probable cause on. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going away, but they didn't provide me with adequate information to proceed on it. So the public defender's been appointed for you. You have a status conference June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. That's at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And in your matter, you are being released, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. So you'll get their instructions in your paperwork before you go. That'll include their contact information because you do have to stay checked in with them. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you.
You want to go ahead and step over? You go ahead and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, Mr. Ali, and then Jesus Durami will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Loa Ali, 10/7/92.
All right, so you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging one count of possession of narcotic drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You do have a status conference set on June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation. You are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear at all future court dates. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we've got Jesus Durami, and then Giovanni Marahu will be up next.
Hello.
All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Jesus Durami, September 21st. And may I say something first? Because I have court today at 8:30 from basically they brought it back, the court. They brought it back. They had to send me a letter. They told me that I'll bring it back in the letter if it comes back. And I had it today at 8:30. And they told me just to let you know that. That's it. Because I was telling the people in the front. That's it.
There's nothing I can do about any other court dates.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only seeing you on what I have right in front of me here.
Okay, yeah.
To the extent you have missed another court date, you need to let that court know.
Oh, okay. If I missed it, I need to tell them?
If you've missed a court date, you need to let them know.
Yeah, I haven't missed a court date.
Okay? Yeah. All right, so you're here for two separate matters at this time. The first one is going to be the new case you were just brought in on. This will be out of Superior Court. It is for one count of possession of narcotic drugs, one count of possession of dangerous drugs, both Class 4 felonies, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. That's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did take a look at your probation notes, and even though you have certainly not been perfect, you have at least been in contact with probation. So it's for that reason only I'm going to be releasing you today to appear at that next court date on your own. You are being released on your own recognizance, but you are still subject to the supervision of your probation officer. Mm-hmm. Within 72 hours of your release from this facility, you do need to contact probation. Your next case I have here is your probation case. That's here for a Term 1 violation, so it's the new offense is what's triggered it. So in that matter, public defender is appointed as well. You have a revocation arraignment hearing May 29 at 8:30. In that matter, you have the same release conditions that you are being released subject to the supervision of your probation officer, and you do need to contact probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions regarding either of these matters?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we have Marajo, and then Gabriel Servan will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Sorry?
Your full name and your date of birth?
Giovanni Marujo, 10/11/84.
All right, so you are here for a probation violation warrant that was issued. That's for a petition to revoke that was filed alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation term. So the public defender has been appointed. You do have a revocation arraignment hearing set on May 29 at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, given the nominal bond that they included in your warrant, as well as the fact that you're on probation for a 6 undesignated and don't have any prior reinstatements in this matter, I'm going to be releasing you today to appear at that next court date on your own. So you are being released, but you are still subject to the supervision of your probation officer. Within 72 hours of your release from this facility, you do need to contact probation and otherwise comply with the rest of the terms you were already provided. Do you have any questions regarding that? All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. I'll have all that information on it as well. We've got Mr. Servin, and then Daisy Duker will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Gabriel Servin, 02/19 of 94.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so you are here for a warrant that was issued out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. This is in their case number TR 2024-00941. So in that matter, they've set an arraignment hearing for you on June 11 at 1 p.m. That'll be at the Goodyear Municipal Court. This is a post-adjudication warrant. Since it is post-adjudication, I am going to be releasing you to appear at that next court date on your own. So you are being released on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to step over, you go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we have Daisy Duker. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Daisy Christina Duker, 21579.
All right, thank you. So you've been brought in on a new case out of Superior Court. The charges submitted here are 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I was not able to find probable cause on the charges that were submitted here today. So here's what that means for you, okay? I am still appointing an attorney to represent you. I do still have to set some court dates for you. That's going to be a status conference June 5th with a preliminary hearing June 9th, both at 8:30. Because I was not able to find probable cause, though, I can't set any release conditions. So you're going to be released without any conditions being imposed in this matter, okay?
Okay.
So I just want to warn you that if they do end up filing these charges and your court case does go forward on June 5th, and you fail to appear, that a warrant still could issue on that date, okay?
Okay.
So I do recommend contacting the Superior Court in advance of that court date so you can see if it is still on the calendar at that time, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to
Thank
go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork that's there. All right. All right. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Jose Julián Cervantes Paz.
All right, and your date of birth.
02/23/2007.
All right, thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge here is 1 count of sexual conduct with a minor, which is a class 2 felony. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set May 29 with a preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. That's going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, given the nature of the charge that you're here for, you do have a bond. That's a $150,000 cash-only appearance bond. Now, if you do post bond and are released from custody, it would be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You'd also have electronic monitoring added as required by Arizona law. Your terms here include that you are not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact whatsoever with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness. At this time, I've also put here that you're not to have any contact with any minors. Are there currently any minors residing in your residence?
My little sisters.
Your younger sisters?
Yes.
How old are they?
13 and 16.
All right. At least for right now, given that I have limited information on this offense, I am going to leave this order in place. That does mean if you post bond and are released and they're still residing at your residence, you would need to find an alternate residence, okay?
How much was the bond again?
You have a $150,000 cash-only appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding this?
Is there like any possible way I could lower the bond or no?
It's not going to be today. That doesn't mean it can't be lowered in the future. You can address that with your attorney. Okay, if you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that
What
paperwork.
happens if I don't, get the bond?
If you don't post the bond?
Yeah.
Then you would remain in the custody of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, and you'd be transported to your court date. Okay? All right, if you want to step over then, you should be complete now. Thank you. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll go ahead and put our house calls on record here. I'll start with Shannon Spells, date of birth 12/29/1970. I show she is a house call due to exhibiting bizarre behavior. She's here for a new case out of the West Mesa Justice Court for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. She's not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge. An arraignment hearing is set June 10 at 8:30 at the West Mesa Justice Court. She is getting released on her own recognizance with orders not to return to the scene of the offense. Next matter is for Roosevelt Brooks, date of birth 6/24/81. I show he is a house call today due to being unable to function in the general population. He has 2 separate matters on the calendar today, the first being a warrant that was issued out of the Ironwood Justice Court in JC 2025-105839. In that matter, an arraignment hearing is set May 28 at 8:30 at the Ironwood Justice Court. This is an initial arrest warrant, but because he is being held in custody on a probation violation warrant, he does have a $50 bond, secured appearance bond in this matter, and since I did set the bond in this case, I did also appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him as required pursuant to Rule 6.1. Oh, this is also a DV case, so either way, he's getting a public defender. It's not pursuant to Rule 6.1. All right, so in his other matter, he's got a probation violation warrant that was issued, and that is going to be for a petition to revoke filed alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5. Public defender has been appointed. Revocation arraignment hearing May 29 at 8:30. In that matter, there's a $250 secured appearance bond. All right, so our final matter here is for Dill Johnson, date of birth 5/23/76. I show he is a house call due to being combative. He's here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 3 misdemeanor. Public defender has been appointed. A status conference is set May 29, preliminary hearing June 2nd, both at 8:30. In that matter, there is a $500 secured appearance bond with orders not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. I show that is now everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recorder. We'll be at recess.